I am Syed Rashid. You are watching Ahlebad High School and Junior College YouTube channel. Welcome to my video to all students as well as viewers. Today just we are continuing our part number 2, Inter first year or class 11th physics. Chapter number 7, System of Particles and Rotational Motion. Now our today's topics we have with us, as I already wrote on the board. You can see define vector product, give an example, write two properties of vector product. So vector product, the vector product is also called as cross product. The vector product or cross product of two vectors is a vector quantity whose magnitude is the product of magnitude of two vectors and sine of the angle between them. The direction is perpendicular to the plane containing two vectors. So now to define the vector product, we are just considering one plane with us. So I am considering one plane like this plane might be like this, isn't it? I am just drawing a plane like this. Now as per the definition, the vector product or cross product of two vectors, suppose I am taking two vectors with me, okay, one is this and another is this vector, and I am giving them name as vector A and vector B, and this is the angle between them, that is theta is the angle between them. Then what about to the resultant vector? I am considering this is nothing but a resultant vector R. So from this we can say that the vector product or cross product of two vectors is vector quality only, whose magnitude is the product of the magnitude of two vectors and the angle between them is nothing but sine, and the direction is perpendicular to the plane, and this is the direction perpendicular to the plane. This is inside the plane. How can I say you, if this is a plane, the direction will be inside in this plane. So if A and B are two vectors, then the vector product is given by, if suppose we have two vectors like A and B are two vectors, so its products usually will be given by resultant vector R, which is equals to A vector cross B vector, which is equals to A vector mod of B vector mod, like we can say sine theta into n cap. So we can write this like this, where n is the unit vector perpendicular to the plane containing vector A and B. Here n is nothing but it is an perpendicular to the plane containing two vectors like A and B. Now vector product is done. Now I am going to the few properties of vectors. So properties of vector product, okay, and for vector product what I said that it is also called as cross product. That means we have two names related to the vector product, like vector product and cross product. You are not supposed to confuse if it asks what is cross product. You need to define that vector product itself. Now the vector product does not follow commutative law. It does not follow commutative law. Like example we can say like A cross B is not equal to B cross A, okay, but A like cross B. Here we can say multiply or cross. In vector usually reading this as cross only, is equals to minus into B cross A, okay, it's obey like this, but it does not obey commutative. Second property we have, the vector products obey distributive laws. That means our vector product, okay, what I said, this is an commutative. Usually we might have learned these properties really in the mathematics related to our lower classes, like this actually introduced in I think 5th class itself, but it is coming in our up to 9th 10th standard also. That means these properties are very important, but these properties are given repeatedly in syllabus of different standards, like it might have in 5th, 6th, I think 7th also, 8th, 9th also, I think so. So this is an important thing we need to know. Next, it's obey what I say distributive law. It's obey distributive distributive law. What is distributive law here? That is we can write A cross B cross C is nothing but A we can say A cross B plus B cross C. Obviously here we have C with us. Sorry, here we have not B, A itself, like A cross C. That is A cross B into A cross C. Third, actually it is asking any two properties, but I will going to explain few more properties for your better understanding. The cross product of two parallel or anti-parallel vector is a null vector. Okay, if there is an parallel or anti-parallel vector, the cross product for is nothing but null. Like we can say here already we wrote, I think, A bar A. Here we can read this as A vector B vector. So A vector B vector, A vector cross B vector is equals to AB sin theta n. But here theta is equals to, if it is parallel means or anti-parallel means theta usually 0 or 180 degree. Okay, 0 degree theta. Okay, theta is not 0. Theta usually 0 degree or 180 degree. So we know that sine 0 or sine 180 both are what is with us like 0. So I am just substituting 0 in that, means B vector cross A vector cross B vector is equals to, I am putting 0 here, means it complete term become 0. So A vector cross B vector is equals to 0. Now we have few more properties also. That properties I will going to place on your screen. So we have done with definition of vector product and properties of vector product. Give an example. It is asking example. Example we have with us like first linear velocity. So for linear velocity we can write, I am just writing here, first is linear, linear, velocity. Linear velocity we can say V is equals to omega, like V vector is equals to omega vector cross R vector. Second example we have with us like angular momentum, ANGULAR, angular momentum. So for angular momentum we have L cross, L here we can say, and R cross into P cross. So this angular momentum and linear velocity we will going to learn in our next topics. Need not to worried about. I will going to tell the definition related to the angular momentum. Whereas linear velocity, you know that the velocity in the direction of straight direction, this is nothing but a linear velocity we can say. Now I am going to place a complete topic related to these things on your screen. You need to go through and write in your notes. Hope you have copied the notes which I have displayed just now. Now our next topic is define angular velocity. Derive V is equals to R omega. This symbol you are seeing, we need to read this as omega. So angular velocity. Just now I said that I will going to define like angular momentum. So first angular velocity, after that angular momentum. So it is defined as the rate of change of angular displacement of a particle. That means angular velocity is nothing but it is a rate of change of displacement of particle. That is angular, it is defined as the rate of change of angular displacement. So we have two types of displacement with us, as we can see. If the particle is going straight, means we can say that the displacement is normal displacement. But what if in case particle is moving around, that is making a circular path? In this case we can say that particle has angular displacement, and angular velocity is saying that change of angular displacement of particle is nothing but angular velocity. Now that is omega. We are taking as omega. Angular velocity is nothing but omega is equals to d theta by dt. So what is d theta? Suppose if an particle is moving in a circular path and making a complete angle like theta, from this point to this point complete angle theta, but I am taking only a fractional part. So if I am taking fractional part, means it will be d theta. Same case if an particle moving in complete circular path in one rotation in time t, means the small fraction of time we have to take like dt. So here omega is equals to d theta by dt. Consider particle moving on a circumference. You can see here there is a particle moving on a circumference of circle radius r. Here we have radius r. The particle is displaced by ds. The particle is displacing from a to b. We can say a small displacement taken place. This is ds in the time interval dt, and that ds in the time interval as dt through an angle d theta, as you can see here, through an angle d theta as shown in the figure. How the showing in the figure. Then we know that nothing, sir. I will hit you if you are saying nothing means you know everything. Omega is equals to d theta by dt. But what is d theta with us? Like ds by t we can say, not t here, ds by r. Here we need to write like but. Okay. After that it will become like r d theta is equals to ds, isn't it? Because this r is going to that side. Now what we are doing now, ds by dt is equals to, in place of ds what I will going to write, like r d theta by dt is as it is. This is one step. Next here we can say r is as it is, but d theta by dt is nothing but omega. We can write here, since d theta by dt is nothing but angular velocity. Therefore like linear velocity, velocity, velocity v is equals to like ds by d theta. So it will become v is equals to r omega. Why r omega? Because in place of ds by d theta I am putting r omega. So here we need to remember two things with us, like I am writing with different color marker two formulas. V is equals to r omega. Okay, this is nothing but linear velocity, velocity. And one more thing we have with us, like omega, which is usually d theta by dt, and this is nothing but angular velocity, isn't it? Angular, velocity. These two formulas will help you in your numerics, as well as those who are MPC, for them JEE mains and MSET, or for BPC student it will help in NEET. So as of now you can copy the thing which is written on board. Hope you have copied, and this derivation is very important. It might ask you in 4 marks for IP, intermediate public examination level. And one more topic we have with us, like angular acceleration, torque. This is nothing but torque, relation between angular acceleration and torque. First I will explain, after that I will put the notes on your screen. So angular acceleration, it is defined as the rate of change of angular velocity. So here angular acceleration is nothing but rate of change of angular like velocity. So here alpha is equals to, we can write d omega by dt. Why d omega? Because omega is nothing but angular velocity and t is nothing but time. Next, torque. For torque we can write it is defined as the rate of change of angular momentum. Now what is angular momentum, sir? All the student and viewers, linear momentum is, what is the linear momentum we have with us? Like for linear momentum we have formula like mass into velocity, isn't it? So here angular momentum is nothing but angular velocity, velocity, velocity into inertia, we can say, or moment of inertia. So this is the formula usually for angular momentum, and it is like m is equals to mvr. Okay, here r is nothing but radius from which a movement particle moving with that radius. Usually it will write like L is equals to mvr. So this is nothing but angular like momentum. So we were speaking about torque. So it is defined as the rate of change of angular momentum, and it will be like torque. It is symbol like that. Torque is equals to dl by dt. Okay, here L is nothing but angular momentum, t is time, relation between them. So consider a body rotating about a fixed axis due to the external torque applied. According to the Newton's second law, F is equals to ma. So from this we can get the relation between them, and this is a small definition like derivation I am putting on your screen, you can see. Hope you have saw these three things on your screen. Make sure need to write and remember. That's all about our part number 2, system of particle and rotation motion. We will going to continue our part number 3 of same chapter in our next section, and that will be an interesting topic. Inshallah, I will going to teach you like perpendicular axis theorem and parallel axis theorem. So make sure attend my next part also. I am Syed Rashid. You are watching Ahliabad High School and Junior College YouTube channel. Have a great time. Take care. Maintain notes. Thank you.